Lunch Breaks with John. I'm very excited to be here. If you would have asked me 4 or 5 months ago if at this point I would be 10 episodes into a YouTube channel, I probably would have thought you're crazy, but here we are. I know I still got a lot of room for improvement on this channel, and I appreciate your guys' patience with all of that as I'm still learning how to do video editing and all that kind of stuff. I'm using my phone as my camera. A couple weeks into the channel, I bought a mount thing for my windshield that holds the camera up to make it a little better. Then we just started doing the videos at the horizontal angle so you guys can see a little bit more and it be a little more compatible with YouTube. But yeah, it's been a fun journey. I've enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have. I appreciate those of you who've been loyal watchers since the beginning. And thank you for those of you who started watching just recently. If you know anyone else that might enjoy this, I would encourage you to share this channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel so I can try to grow this channel and improve my videos in the future. I have one channel that I've been really wanting to start for a few months, but I think it's still at least 3 to 6 months away before I start it. If we can get this channel going a little bit more, I'd like to get that started in the near future. For this episode, I wanted to do something different and a little bit special since it's the 10th episode. So I reached out to some of you guys, mostly my friends and my family, asking you all to send me your best would you rather questions. And guys, you didn't disappoint. I appreciate all of you who sent some of those, and we're going to be reading those today, and I'm going to be answering those for you. I had a lot of fun looking at those and putting the list together and everything like that, and it's going to be fun reacting to those on this episode. Before I get into that, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my weekend. It was a good weekend. We went to church on Sunday. We had some Tex-Mex for lunch, and in the afternoon, after I think watching a movie or something at home, my wife and I decided to go walking around because it was really nice on Sunday afternoon. And so I actually saw there was a park not too far from our house, maybe about 5 to 10 miles away or something. We went there, and it was a really nice park. Has a lake, has a disc golf course and a walking trail and everything like that. So I think we'll be back there in the future for sure. It was kind of in a secluded area too, which was nice. So there wasn't a whole lot of foot traffic and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of just been a glimpse of my weekend. I'm back to work. Today's Monday when I'm recording this episode. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on these would you rather questions. I know you guys are probably waiting for that, those of you who have sent those in. So I'm going to go ahead and begin. All right, the first one that I have, and this was sent to me by my dad. It is, would you rather have 1,000 pounds of bees to defend you and follow your every command, or a 1,000-pound grizzly bear that does the same? That's a very good question. I would definitely like to have one of those at my aid for if I was ever in trouble. I think I'd just have to say for probably just I don't know, a grizzly bear would be very intimidating, but I think for more practical reasons and maybe for, I don't know, I think bees would just be a lot more terrifying and painful. And you could, maybe control it a little more to where it wouldn't kill someone. If someone was attacking you, you could just send in a couple hundred to sting them and get them out of your way and stuff like that. But I think that would be fun. It would be pretty interesting. So I'll go with the bees on that one. The second one I have, and this is also by my dad, it's not a would you rather question, but it was a very good question, so I thought I'd go ahead and answer it on here too. It's, if you were on a desert island, if you had a radio that only played one type of music, what kind would you choose? I definitely enjoy all kinds of music. There's not really one specific genre that I listen to, so this was a hard question to answer, but I would just say if it's only one kind of music or one genre, I'd probably say Christian music. It could be some contemporary, some older stuff. I just like all kinds of Christian music, so probably take that. Okay, so the third question I have, I think this was also from my dad. Would you rather be blind or deaf? That's definitely a hard one to answer. I would definitely not want either of those things to happen to me, but I don't know. I guess I'd have to say blind because I'm already pretty blind as it is. My contacts are of a very high strength, and I don't think I would enjoy life as much if I couldn't talk to people and hear people talk to me. I listen to a lot of podcasts, I listen to audiobooks and stuff like that, so if that was taken away from me, that would be hard to deal with. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with deaf. The fourth one I have, this was sent to me by my brother. Would you rather be the best singer or the best guitar player in the world? All right, so I definitely enjoy singing. I wouldn't say that I'm that great at singing, but I do enjoy it. And I wish I could play guitar So I think I'm gonna have to go with the best guitar player in the world. I've always admired those who can play guitar. I've wanted to get an acoustic guitar. I think I had one when I was like 12 years old. It was a training one for juniors and stuff like that, but it wound up breaking, so I didn't really wind up learning or practicing after that. But yeah, I would definitely want to be a professional guitar player if I had the opportunity. The next one I have by one of my brothers: would you rather live by the ocean or live by the mountains? Another great question. That's a tough one. I don't know, honestly. I think if I just had one home, it would be different if I like have my current home and then had a second home. But I think if I just had one, I'd probably say mountains, because I love like the Rocky Mountains and mountains out in Arizona and everything like that. I think having a home in the mountains would be really cool, just kind of secluded, and you get to admire nature and everything like that. But having a house by the ocean would be really cool as well. I would definitely like to have that maybe as a second home if I was insanely rich or something like that. But yeah, we're gonna go with mountain on that one. Okay, the next question I have is, would you rather, okay, this was sent to me by one of my sisters. This was a really good question. Not an easy one to answer, but would you rather have to work 9 months out of the year overseas without your family, or be rich enough to never have to work again, but your wife's legs are permanently paralyzed? This is a tough one, because I think my wife would probably answer differently than me. I think she would probably not want me to be gone 9 months out of the year, but I don't know. I feel like it would be selfish for me to choose the one where I never have to work and where my wife's legs are paralyzed. I'm going to say where I have to work 9 months out of the year overseas, just because I wouldn't want my wife's legs to be paralyzed. That was a good question. It was not an easy one to answer. The next one is, would you rather take a vacation to Alaska or Hawaii? That's another great question. Those are both on my bucket list of probably top 3 places that I'd like to visit someday. And I'm just going to have to say Hawaii probably, because that just sounds really good right now, especially it being in the hot summer right now. It sounds really nice to go cool off in the ocean there, or in a swimming pool or something, and enjoy the beaches and all that kind of stuff, and just the beautiful mountains, the volcanoes, the oceans, all that stuff. I think Hawaii would be an awesome place to visit. So I'll choose that one. The 8th one I have is, would you rather be able to speak fluent Spanish or be at your ideal body weight? So I guess someone's implying that I'm not at my ideal body weight. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. And I would definitely pick be able to speak fluent Spanish. I feel like if I worked hard enough, I could do either of those, but it just seems a lot harder to learn a language and speak it fluently, so I'm going to choose that one. Next one is, would you rather only be able to listen to music before the year 2000, so music that was made before the year 2000, or music that was made after the year 2000? Another great question. That one's a hard one to answer, because I love so many of the classics, like the Eagles and Beatles and Beach Boys and stuff like that from before 2000 and everything. But just for the sake of, since we're continually progressing into the future and we're getting new music every year and everything like that, I think I would say after 2000, just for the fact that we're still continually getting more and more music every year, even though I would hate to get rid of some of that older music. But yeah, I would probably choose that. All right, so on to the next question. Would you rather have to climb a small 1,000-foot mountain while arm carrying someone up and back down, or ride a roller coaster without a secure harness? I would say I would probably choose the roller coaster, just because I'm so totally out of shape and I don't think I would be able to do that. I mean, I probably could if I forced myself, but yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So roller coaster. Next question. Would you rather dive in a shark cage and the door falls off, or jump out of a plane and your parachute malfunctions? I definitely hate any kind of situations where I would be underwater and in danger, but at the same time, what are you going to do when your parachute malfunctions and you're diving out of a plane? Unless there was water directly underneath me or something like that, if I was flying over a body of water when I was jumping out of a plane or skydiving, maybe I would choose that. But in any other circumstance, I would choose the shark. So I guess I'll have to say the shark cage, even though I would hate that. Next question. Would you rather always have to wear gloves or never be able to wear socks? I would definitely say always have to wear gloves because I could not. I just couldn't wear shoes without socks. That would be, I hate that feeling. I would just hate that so much. So yeah, I'm going to choose gloves. Would you rather never need to sleep or never need to eat? It's a good question. But for me, that's a very easy question because I love to eat. And even if I didn't have to eat, I probably still would. So I'm going to go with never need to sleep because I think that there's definitely a lot more I could do with my life if I didn't have to sleep. You know, I could maybe work a second job and earn some extra income, not get tired from it and everything like that. So I'm going to choose that. Or, you know, there's just so much I could do with all that extra time, 8 hours a day, that I'm not using to sleep. So we'll choose that one. The next question I have is, would you rather have your ultimate dream house, but you have to buy the property first? So you have to buy the land that the house is on, but once you buy the land, you get your ultimate dream house for free. Or would you rather have 1,000 acres of land free anywhere in the US, but there's no house built on it? You have to build your own house. That's a very good question, but as someone who grew up in the country, and I love the outdoors, and I love, you know, just having that freedom to be able to hike and do whatever you want on your land and being able to choose wherever it's at in the US, yeah, I'd definitely pick the land because I just feel like that would be an amazing option. So good question. All right, the next question I have, we're getting to the last two questions here. So the next question I have is, would you rather have Spider-Man's powers or Jango Fett's skills and gear? One of my sisters sent this to me, and she definitely knows me very well because Spider-Man is my favorite superhero and Jango Fett is my favorite Star Wars character. So good job picking that question. I would say, I would just have to say Spider-Man. There's no way I could turn that one down. Jango Fett is awesome. I would love to have his suit and his abilities, his fighting skills and everything like that, but I just feel like having Spider-Man's powers could be, it's kind of unlimited in its potential of what you could do. You could apply it not just to fighting crime and things like that Spider-Man does, but I feel like you could apply it to a lot of things in everyday life. So I would choose that. And then this one was sent to me by my nephew, and it's a good question. Would you rather play Minecraft all day or do chores all day? Good question, and I think I'm gonna have to say the answer would be play Minecraft all day, because I would definitely not want to do chores all day if I didn't have to. And even though I have never really got into Minecraft, maybe you could show me how to play. So that would be fun. All right, that's all the questions that I have, and I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. I'm now on Facebook and Instagram at John's Lunch Break, or you can just look up Lunch Breaks with John. You should be able to find it on either of those platforms, but I'm going to try to be posting some more stuff on those for you guys in the near future. If you will follow me on, if you use either one of those or both of them, I would appreciate that. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And until next time, we'll see you on the next episode of Lunch Breaks with John. Take care.